your kids safe behind the computer screen can seem like an impossible task, but with these 3 easy steps, you can really make it happen. Christine Kobe is here. She is a violence prevention educator with ACT. Good morning, Christine. Great to have you back, as always.
Thanks.
A couple weeks ago when you were here, we talked about bullying. You know, the kids are back to school. Are we already 3 weeks in?
We are. It just flies by.
Where does the time go?
It's going to be over before we know it.
So we talked about bullying. What else is important to keep in mind when heading back to school?
Well, I think that the kids are so excited about going back to school, not necessarily for math and science, but more for meeting new friends and socializing, and they want to talk about their summers and, you know, just basically adding new friends too on their social networking sites.
I know that's
Instagram,
a big thing with kids these days,
right?
Isn't it?
Kick, yeah. And what I found is that a lot of young adults and adults too tend to tie their self-worth and their personal image, creating that personal image, into how many followers they have, how many comments they get, you know, how many Facebook friends that they have. And they forget about being able to control what everyone else knows about them. So in a situation of reality here, we have all of these strangers that know the most intimate details of our lives.
Yeah, nothing is really a secret anymore. Everything is just online between Instagram and Facebook. Everything is out there. I guess in the oversharing world, you know, that we live in, I think, like you said, they're excited to go back to school, but meeting new friends is exciting, but it can also be a little nerve-wracking, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, I think, on them. And instead of looking for the values that they really find important and respect in a friendship or even a romantic relationship with boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, it can sour. They jump in real quick, and then it can end real quick.
And as a parent, I think you really want to be as protective as you can, you know, to your child. What about online etiquette? What are some things that we can do to make sure that we kind of stay in the good area here as far as...
Okay, so I have 3 basic tips here, more like rules. I say that you shouldn't necessarily have Facebook friends that you wouldn't say hello to in public, like in the grocery store, right?
I like that rule.
Okay. And then the second one is don't upload anything or post anything that you wouldn't want your neighbor, your mom, your grandma seeing, okay? So keep your reputation clean. And then the next one is, I think that it's easy to hide behind that screen, and we've all heard that before. But now they're in school together, so now it's not summertime anymore. They actually have to face that person the next day. And so don't post anything that you wouldn't say to that person in face-to-face communication.
Well, and I think it's a shame too, because a lot of the benefits for social media, the ways that it can be good for, I think it can also be fuel and a platform for bullying, as we've talked about before. So certainly be careful of what you say, keep that online etiquette in mind. And, you know, it's funny thinking about how things have changed, you know, with the followers is important, and how social media is so different from when I grew up and when you grew up as well. Things are just different for this generation.
It's almost more important, you know, the social networking side of it.
And the other thing, things don't go away on the internet, so I think it's important to remember that once it's up there, even if you hit that delete button, it's there, right?
That's right, and it will follow them. And to, you know, kind of tie it back into that bullying part of it, the bullying stays at school, you know, but the cyberbullying, they can't get away from it. It follows them everywhere. So
I think, would you say that it's important to kind of instill this online etiquette at a young age? Because as you get older and you enter the career field, even now, even for us, people are looking at your social media and pretty much judging you. Are you good for this job based on what they're seeing on your Facebook page or on your Instagram page,
That's right? Yeah, and think of celebrities too. We're always looking at what celebrities are posting or the accidental shots that are uploaded, and it does. It can either increase or damage your personal image that people see of you. And sometimes that's all we know of a person, is their image that's out there in cyber world.
Well, and I was going to say too, I mean, you read so many articles about how people can become depressed because they see these profiles and they see these images of people that's not necessarily how it is, right?
Well, we don't go on there and brag about when our kids are acting up, that's for sure.
You just put all the good things, all the positive things. So as far as, you know, heading back to school, if parents have any question or maybe want to reach out, do you guys have a website that they can go to?
Sure, they can always visit actabuse.com, or they can call our 24-hour hotline. offline.
Christine, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're always going to have more on our website as well.
One last look at your Fox forecast, and then we'll be right back.